We began on our most advanced discoveries, Rainbow and Pine Bay, on the heels of the resource that we announced on those two deposits in 2023, began engineering and baseline studies to facilitate the submission of an advanced exploration permit, which we're looking to be able to complete here within Q1 of 2025. In addition to Rainbow, we have another discovery called Descendant, which is in an area of the property that's always showed potential to host a very, very large VMS deposit.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Max Porterfield. He is the CEO of Calnex Mines. And Max, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just thanks so much for having me today.
Yeah, good to have you along. Excited to talk about what happened last year and into this year as well. But before we do that, maybe just give everyone a bit of background on the company.
Yes, certainly. So we are advancing some high-grade copper and gold discoveries in northern Manitoba, just outside of Flin Flon, Manitoba, and within the Flin Flon Greenstone Belt, which has got a 100-year production history that ceased just recently. Our discoveries sit about 30-minute drive from that infrastructure in the community of Flin Flon, and we're advancing a number of other discoveries on the property as things progress moving forward.
Yeah, 2024 was a very busy year for the company. A lot of things happened on those particular projects. You did release a letter to the shareholders outlining a lot of it. So maybe just bring us up to date with what happened last year.
Yes, certainly. So we began on our most advanced discoveries, Rainbow and Pine Bay, on the heels of the resource that we announced on those two deposits in 2023, began engineering and baseline studies to facilitate the submission of an advanced exploration permit, which we're looking to be able to complete here within Q1 of 2025. In addition to Rainbow, we have another discovery called Descendant, which is in an area of the property that's always showed potential to host a very, very large VMS deposit. Last year, we followed up on a couple of initial discovery holes into that discovery with the magnetotelluric survey, which gave us further confidence. And since that time, we've done a significant step-out hole about 530 meters away from our initial discovery hole that are at the lab pending assay results, as well as looking to do a borehole EM. That borehole EM survey and those results will really indicate the path forward in 2025 for Descendant. Additionally, we tested another target area that we'll definitely need to follow up on here in the new year. And then on the land package front, last year we doubled our land package at our Pine Bay property that hosts these discoveries. This is a really key piece of ground geologically speaking that can host a potential for numerous discoveries on that property. And we recently, at the end of the last year in December, signed a deal with Teck to terminate a buyback provision on that ground. So that ground not only has a lot of opportunities from a geologic perspective, but it's been encumbered over nearly 25 years. So no one's really done any exploration work on it. So Teck now becomes a shareholder of the company. That ground now is terminated the buyback provision, or back in, right? And we look forward to advancing that with generating targets and testing those targets here as we advance the property, looking forward to the future.
Yeah, Max, when I was reading the news release, it talked a lot about really 2024 was a year of permitting, and it seems 2025 is a year of exploration. Is that kind of, am I on the right track here?
Well, it's dual. We've been doing the work that's necessary to facilitate an advanced exploration permit on our two most advanced discoveries. So that's going to be a key to advancing the deposits and the project longer term as the company will approach a production decision in the future. In tandem to that, we've continued to focus on exploration. We are an exploration company, and to build upon the nearly 6 million ton high-grade resource we already have on the property, as I mentioned, through our various exploration efforts. So again, we've always been focused on exploration, continue to be focused on exploration, but on the backdrop of that, as these discoveries really mature, we need to develop the permitting because again, permitting is key. If you look at a lot of these discoveries around the world, the one thing that can hold them up is the inability to advance them through the pipeline of permitting. And in Manitoba, we're very welcome to that end. So again, it's a low cost item. It's critical to the future as we look to advance these discoveries. But again, we're an exploration company and we're going to be focused on exploration for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I just want to ask you quickly about Rainbow because I noticed that you had also talked in the news release about bringing a company to help you with building a construction, a ramp, and things like that, and bulk sampling. It seems like there was a really tremendous amount of work on the ground at that particular project.
Well, in terms of the Rainbow discovery, which is, I mean, all these discoveries sit at our Pine Bay property. In terms of which we mentioned there is things and items that are supporting the Advanced Exploration Permit, are known as AEP. So
Yeah,
when you submit for an AEP, you put in your engineering work, which is going to, actually show how we're going to ramp down to take a bulk sample, and also have a platform to complete underground exploration there in the future. You need to do also baseline studies, and AECOM is a firm that's been a part of numerous deposits that have gone into production eventually in Manitoba, and doing those studies and assisting with the closure plan and those type of items. So
yeah.
again, that's what that was discussing in terms of the advancements on the property, was the key, work on the ground that will facilitate, that longer permitting process for those two deposits and the property as a whole. But again, we're focused on exploration, following up on our descendant discovery, and expanding exploration moving forward to the newly consolidated land package to the north that's now unencumbered with the deal we recently completed with Teck.
Yeah, it sounds like there's an exciting days ahead for sure, Max. Thanks so much for updating us on where you're at. It's going to be a busy 2025, and we look forward to following your story. Okay.
Thanks again for having me, and look forward for the new year.
All right, sounds good. There's Max Porterfield. He's the CEO of the very busy Callinex Mines.